Leslie, you were actually talking about some tactics earlier in the show prep thread that you thought that we should use to be proactive on social media.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was looking at the context of the Indiana thing and how it's very popular on Twitter and with in the realm of social media, it's sort of talked about everywhere. What I'm seeing is that a lot of people on our side are retweeting the people on the other side, and that's a very common tactic that we use is to retweet what the other team is saying and or what our opponents are saying, and we will share articles, leftist articles, and quote them as a rebuttal, and we end up retweeting and amplifying their message because we all know that the currency of social media is the number of likes, shares, retweets, and comments. And it doesn't matter when it comes down to it. It doesn't matter if half of the retweets were from people criticizing you and half were from people supporting you. It's the fact that you got 400 retweets that makes your message more valuable to your movement and puts your words out there. So what we're doing a lot when we retweet the competition or when we retweet the enemy's messages, even if it's just to mock it, we are amplifying their message and we are replying to or rebutting their message, and we're arguing against it rather than putting forth our own messages. So we end up always replying and defending rather than promoting our own message. And we see that there's an awful lot of people out there who say, well, the GOP doesn't have a message. Well, you're right. We mock what they say. We mock what the left says. We joke about it. We criticize it. We reply to it. We argue against it. But every time we are repeating and amplifying their message and not promoting our own. And if you instead of retweeting somebody else's message and putting your own commentary in front of it, just put your commentary out there. And when you see an article from Daily Cause or whatever, and it says something that's mind-bogglingly stupid, and you want to quote it, don't share the article from Daily Cause. Share an article from National Review or Hot Air, or just write a post on your own and quote it. But you can quote it, and you can say where you got it, and you can totally attribute it without linking it. And yeah, it's kind of underhanded and maybe it's kind of a jerky thing to do, but in the currency of the internet, backlinks and pingbacks and all of that kind of stuff is how your work becomes more valuable. So if you write some stupid clickbait article that the entire right thinks is so crazy out there that they will share it to all of their friends. Hey, look at this stupid thing. Hey, look at that stupid thing. What Google knows is that your article was mentioned in 400 other blogs. So now Google is going to give you a certain amount of credibility because these 400 other blogs, including some very popular conservative or some very popular and highly read blogs, have all quoted you repeatedly. And so you are now seen by Google as a credible source. We are giving our enemy more credibility than they deserve. And we're missing the opportunity to make our own case by constantly replying to theirs and rebutting and repeating.
I just want to add that it's only douchey to not cite your sources when they're on your own side. To me, it's not
and when
cool.
I say cite them, just don't link them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant.
Yeah, don't plagiarize or claim that you said it.
Certainly don't claim that you said it because it was most likely stupid. No, take a screenshot and post it. Post the screenshot.
Screenshots. Yeah, those are good.
I mean, it's always good to do that, just to illustrate just how ridiculous this is, and then say, sure, this is on Salon.com or whatever. This is a stupid tweet that this jerk made.
Or as Fishy says in our chat, some leftist moron said.
Yes, shorter leftist moron is a great way to put stuff on Twitter, and it gets the point across, and it certainly makes more sense than giving these guys credibility. I think that there's an impulse to retweet hate, because obviously that's a Breitbartian thing to do. But there's a difference between retweeting hate and retweeting articles. Like when
Right.
somebody's calling you bad names, when somebody's saying anti-gay, making anti-gay slurs directed at you, and when they're saying these horrible, terrible, nasty things, that's when you retweet to show just how awful these people are, and collect them and show so that people can see that this is the kind of behavior that is coming from whomever is exhibiting it.
I would still
Um,
say screenshot it and blog about it rather than retweeting it, because how many times did Breitbart have to explain that he was not retweeting because he supported it or agreed with it? He was just retweeting it to show you. But it
but
retweeted
that's
the
fine.
tweet.
To me, that's fine because, especially again, this goes under the whole header of you're not Kurt Schlichter, you're not Andrew Breitbart either.
True.
So that's something that people need to remember, is that in the case of Andrew Breitbart, and in the case of a lot of our conservative pundits and people who get this kind of hate, they are at a better place to manage it because they can explain it. They have the platform to explain it, and it's better explained by them in those places. We talked about this as a left tactic a couple of episodes ago. We were talking mainly about ideas. We were talking mainly about philosophies and that sort of thing. But apparently, liberals are fine with segregating people by culture too. Who knew?